Hey everybody, and welcome to my Thursday weekly mindset show. I hope you are having a fabulous week already. Hope you're having a great day today. So today I'm going to talk about how to smash through your beliefs. Drop me a hey if you are here live. I know it's half-term week this week, so I am going to just do a really quick live today, 15 minutes, rather than my sort of half an hour, because I know it's half-term week and I know it's precious family time for you. So if you are here live, drop me a hey in the comments there, and if you're catching up on replay, do a hashtag replay, just so that I know that you are here. So like I said, this is going to be a quick one today because I know it's half-term week, and I hope you're all having a fabulous half-term. We've actually been and had a family breakfast this morning. We've been into town and we've had a lovely family breakfast. So I'm absolutely stuffed from breakfast this morning, but it's nice to just have, some nice family time. So today then, we're talking about beliefs. So you may have noticed on my profile, on my business pages, that I have been running my module 1 of my NLP Master Practitioner Certified training this week. And it's a really intensive course. It's a really intensive course, and it really pushes to the kind of the deeper levels of the unconscious to uncover why and how people do what they do. So it's not just surface level stuff, it's really delving deep into the mind, reprogramming beliefs and programs that are just not working. And it's giving my, hey Comsy, hi Anne, how are you? Nice to see you. It's giving the fab ladies that were on my course exceptional skills to be exceptional coaches. And also, they're transforming their own lives at the same time, because actually to learn the techniques, we also clear up your own crap too. So anything that you've got that's been holding you back, they clear it up during the week on module 1. And then on the last day of module 1, we do a board break. So this is literally them smashing themselves through a piece of, and it's 12 inches by 12 inches, and it's an inch thick piece of solid pine wood. So it's not just a flimsy bit of MDF, this is a solid piece of wood. And it's a metaphor for breaking through your limitations. Oh, hiya Claire. Claire's one of our board breakers. Nice to see you. Hey, fantastic. Now, there's a huge amount of nervousness, excitement, anticipation and apprehension, before they actually do the board break. And the energy in the room is unbelievable. And every single one of my fab ladies absolutely smashed it. One of them didn't break through the wood first time. It didn't break, so they hit the wood and it didn't break the first time. And she was really upset. She was mortified. And actually as she hit the wood and she sort of stopped and it hit her hand and she didn't go straight through. Her first words were, "See, I told you I wouldn't do it. I told you I couldn't do it." Now, those were the words that she'd been telling herself, before it got to her turn. So rather than focusing, because we go through a very clear process to do this. So rather than focusing on, I am going to break through that board, she was telling herself that she couldn't do it before she'd even done it. Now, let me know who resonates with that, as in, not necessarily board breaking, but that you are literally, before you've even done something, you've already convinced yourself that it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to do it. So let me know if that's something that resonates with you. Because the point is, the words that, she'd been telling herself were it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. She didn't believe she could do it. So the problem with this is You know, you just think about this. Who is the only person listening when you say those things to yourself? Who's the only person? It's you. It's you. And your brain doesn't know the difference between what's true and what's not true. It just goes on what you tell it. So if you are constantly telling yourself that you can't do something, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to bring more of that to you. It's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. It doesn't matter, you know, like with this lady with the board break, one of my ladies, didn't matter that she was kind of going, I hope I break through it. I hope I, you know, break through. Or, you know, it doesn't matter if what you say you think you want. That's just your conscious thinking. It's your conscious thinking. And if your unconscious is not aligned and you believe you cannot do something, then you won't. Because a belief is something that it's simply that, you know, feeling of certainty about what something means. You know, it's that story that you've been telling yourselves over and over throughout your life, and it builds up and builds up and builds up. And your unconscious is then constantly looking for proof that it's true. You know, we find plenty of truth because that's what we're looking for. You know, listen to what, you know, that lady said. I told you I couldn't do it. I told you I wouldn't do it. Because she'd convinced herself. So she was therefore looking for the evidence to prove that. So this means that because of the way that the brain works, we can either create more potential or more limitation, depending on what the belief actually is. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You can start talking yourself out of things, you know, which is what she was doing. She was convincing herself that she wouldn't do it. And so she could almost at the end of it go, told you so. I told you I was right, you know, because that's what we do. You know, we'd hate to prove ourselves wrong. We'd hate to prove ourselves wrong and actually go, oh my goodness, I've done something, you know. So we don't work like that normally. Just let me know if that's something that kind of resonates with you. Because what we're doing with this is we end up settling. We end up settling because of this, because we then start talking ourselves out of things. We then start settling. We don't even give ourselves a chance. So, for example, you might end up settling for any job instead of the one you really want because your mind couldn't see it as something that was within your reach. You know, in general, you know, the things that we say to ourselves, those limiting things that we say to ourselves, you know, those are the limiting beliefs that stop us getting what you want in your life. And actually, many people never question why they don't get what they want. They don't get what they need to do, or most people never question what they need to do to get what, you know, of why they've not succeeded. It's because it's all going on in your mind. And because of this, you limit your own potential. And your beliefs, they're not always obvious. You don't kind of walk around going, yeah, I've got a belief that I'm not going to break through that board or whatever, you know, or whatever it might be. They're not as obvious as that. But your results will be in what you actually create. That's where the clues are. That's the clues to what you really believe. It will be your results. You know, so, you know, one of the other things that, you know, I pick up on things like that is, as well as saying things like, I told you I couldn't do that, or I can't do that, we use a lot of the I am words in the negative. So we take on an identity of that. So this is one of the most self-limiting beliefs that we do have. You know, it's when we say, I'm not good enough. You know, I'm not creative enough. I'm not organised, I'm not worthy, you know, I'm not as good as them. And we use the I am words in the negative. Now, we are always good enough, and my underlying belief is that everybody has, you know, the ability to reach their true potential. We've all got the resources inside of us. It's just that we are blocking ourselves getting to that. you know, and that's what I do on the courses. When I do the accredited courses, that's what we do. We clear that stuff up, you know, when we free, you know, these limitations and these obstacles, you know. And because the thing is that the more and more we run these same behaviours, so with this particular lady that hit the board, she said it's something I've been doing all my life, you know. She does that before she does things. She goes through a process of saying to herself, I'm not good enough. I'm not going to be able to do that. So that's the process that she's run. And we have to break that pattern. We've got to reprogram your mind, because, you know, that's, you know, it's going to be a you know, something that constantly happens unless we break it. You know, and it comes up, you know, when we're just about to stretch our capabilities. You know, we've got that little voice that comes up, and it is only trying to warn, you know, to kind of keep us safe. It's trying to keep us safe. But it just means that actually we miss out on opportunities. How many times have you said to yourself, well, I can't do that, so I'm just not going to bother? You know, so it's now time for you guys to switch the switch. You're going to turn your language around now. You're going to get to the point... Sorry, I'm getting really thirsty today. You're going to turn your language around, and now you're going to be saying, I can, I am, and I will. Start acknowledging that little voice now in the positive. Thank it. Thank it for bringing, you know, helping you understand that you're potentially going to step outside your comfort zone and it's not as safe as normal, you know, and you're stretching yourself, but just let it know that you're fine and you're going to give it a go anyway. You know, as you repeatedly give things a go, you will begin to build more belief in yourself and see how good you always are. Because if you tell yourself you can never do something, you'll then start avoiding it. You'll avoid things in the future because it doesn't feel good. You know, and the more and more you repeat a statement, whether that's negative or positive, the more you will believe it is true. So that's why we need to banish the negative from your vocabulary and change it around now to say, I can, I am, I will. So put yourself a little strap line. I can, I am, I will. And put that out there. The more and more you repeat that statement, you know, the more that you are going to strengthen that confidence muscle, strengthen that belief muscle, and you'll be actually, that's what you'll be proving now, that you'll be actually saying, yeah, I told you I could do it, and you'll be changing your language completely around. Now, my fab lady that didn't do it first time, she absolutely nailed it the next time. We had a quiet word, we had a little conversation, and, you know, because we kind of did some work to reprogram that mindset of hers. She then told herself she could do it, and with the full support of everybody in that room that was rooting for her, she knew she could do it, and she absolutely blasted through that piece of wood. Absolutely. So just know that even if you try something and it didn't quite go to plan, just take the learnings from it. You know, for her, that brought up the underlying stuff that she hadn't realised she was still using. She didn't realise she was still repeating those patterns of saying to herself before she did something that was stretching her, I can't do that. I won't be able to do that. And then reminding herself afterwards, I told you I couldn't do that. So that was the learning. That was the learning for her, that she'd been doing that still, and it had come to the surface to be dealt with. So pay attention to what's going on. What are the results? And take the learnings from it. What is your mind? What is it telling you of what you're thinking? And, you know, if you actually believe you failed at something, that's so disempowering, and it will stop you doing anything. So really, really, I just want you to just think, it's just all learnings. I win or I learn. I never lose. It's vital that you actually weed out any of these beliefs that are limiting you in any way. You know, this is the way to true empowerment and success. So be aware of them. When you open up your, to that full potential over time, you will notice your life will become limitless. Things will only change when you change them. So don't let yourself be trapped and confined by your own mind. It's important to train your mind to see your unlimited potential so that it backs you and supports you in your endeavours. And when you function from this place of positive belief, you can create the life that you deserve. So I hope you've enjoyed that today. I hope you found it useful. If you have found it useful, please drop me a note and let me know what your biggest takeaway is there. Because, I always love reading those comments of how you've kind of used it. And if you are an action taker and you are now ready to go full throttle to transform your life and get rid of any of these beliefs that have been holding you back, then I have got an offer on my next NLP practitioner course that runs in January. So I've got £300 off the course if you book by Sunday. So drop me a DM if you're interested and I can get you signed up. Now I have got limited places because of COVID restrictions. I have only got limited places and they are already booking up really quickly because we will be starting the online training in December. So I'm already I've already got a lot of bookings on this already. So if you're an action taker like I am and you want to make 2021 your year to clear out all of your baggage that you've been holding on to, all of these limiting beliefs, then please drop me a message. I will pop a link actually in the comments, but please drop me a direct message if you are interested and we can get you signed up straight away for that. Have a wonderful rest of your week, guys, and I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.